Hello, grade sixes. Welcome back. Just so you know, ratios, the quizzes was marked and I sent all your marks out. I went fairly well. I could tell that some people didn't work super hard over the break here and during online learning. So you guys have a rewrite you can do Tuesday. But today, what we're going to be doing is introducing our new thing, which is integers. Okay, and we're going to work on the outcome. Demonstrate understanding of integers concretely, pictorially, and symbolically. So, first off, what is an integer? Well, Mr. S, an integer is a number that is represented as either negative or positive. Okay, so we write it like this or like this. We can represent integers by a positive or a negative sign. I just did it there, but I will circle it for you. Wabam, wabam. We can also use color tiles, okay? So color tiles are these things right here, all right? I made them already because I can't switch color during the thing. So we have red represents negative, okay? Yellow represents positive. So if I was to say, what does this tile, what do these tiles represent? Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to count 1, 2, and then they're negative, so it's going to be -2. This one, though, there are two yellows, so the answer is going to be +2. Sorry, I can't count today. +2. We can also use a horizontal number line. Anything to the left of 0 is negative, as you see. Anything to the right is positive. So then what you do is you put your ticks, just like we did with our number lines before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say I did this one. Okay, well, it's to the right, so it's going to be positive, and then it's 1, 2, +2. Let's say I went here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. 4. Okay, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's negative, so it's -4. We can use a vertical number line as well. And think about a vertical number line, guys, as almost this, a thermometer, right? So, okay, this one's a bit trickier, all right? I don't have a ton of room. But let's say my vertical number line, anything above, okay, is going to be positive. Anything below is going to be negative. Think about it as a great example is a piece of ice fishing, okay? Anything above the ice is going to be positive, and the water is going to be negative, all right? So let's say here I put my dash and I have 2 after 0. So my answer here is +2. Okay. Let's say I go here and I do 3. This is going to be -3. What you want to do first when you're doing this is you want to identify what is the integer, which is either positive or negative, and then you want to count. Okay. The greatest way of figuring out integers, guys, is temperature. You have 0 degrees Celsius. Let's say it's 27 degrees Celsius now, okay? The integer is going to be plus 27 degrees Celsius. So when you look at temperature, okay, basically what it's describing there is that you have plus 27 above 0 is going to be your answer if it's plus 27 out. If it's -5 out, okay, what that's basically saying is it's -5 degrees Celsius, which means it's 5 below 0. So as stated about our last slide, temperature is measured in degrees. So water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. So on a typical summer day in La Ronge, Saskatchewan, temperature might be 24 degrees above 0. Okay. So basically what that's saying is if we have a temperature thing, okay, we have 0 degrees here, we're going up all the way to 24. So a temperature greater than 0 degrees Celsius is positive. So we write plus 24 degrees Celsius. We say 24 degrees Celsius. Okay, in La Ronge in the winter, all right, we now have our number line vertical and we have 18, okay, 18 degrees Celsius, okay, but now it's less than 0 degrees, so it's going to be -18 degrees Celsius, and we say -18 degrees Celsius. So what I want you guys to do now is practice, okay? And what I mean by that is take a piece of loose leaf out. And what you're going to do is use a positive or negative number to represent each situation in this case. So we have 8 degrees above 0, 10 degrees below 0, parking 3 levels below ground level, 23 meters above sea level in Victoria, BC, a loss of $16, or taking 4 steps backward. What this is basically doing, guys, is you can do integers for almost anything if you have a base level. So here, let's look at this one, a loss of, oh, my bad, a loss of $16, okay? Well, we start at 0, and now we're going to a loss of 16. So my answer here is negative 16 because I lost it. So go on and practice. Okay, now that you've practiced, let's do this. So 8 degrees above 0. So above is the big term there, sorry. And what that means is it's plus 8. 10 degrees below 0 is going to be negative 10. Parking 3 levels below ground level, so it's under ground level, is going to be negative 3. 23 meters above sea level is going to be plus 23. Taking 4 steps backward is going to be negative 4. And a loss of $16 is negative 16. So if you did that, well done. Okay, so as stated above, numbers such as plus 24 and negative 18 are integers. Okay, it means that basically, okay, sorry, anything with a negative and a positive is an integer. So the plus sign in front of a number tells us that's positive, negative is negative. We can use color tiles. So I said that before. So one yellow tile represents plus 1, one red tile represents negative 1. To model plus 6, we use 6 yellow tiles. Okay, so that's our example there. To model negative 5, we model 5 red tiles. Okay, so it's pretty easy. Just remember that yellow is positive and red is negative. Okay, so we can code integers on a horizontal and vertical line. Okay, you have used horizontal number lines with whole numbers. We extend the number line to the left of 0 to show negative. So here, okay, it's negative, and then on this side, it's positive. The arrow on the number line represents negative 3. So we started at 0 here, and we went all the way to here. So here, it's negative 3. And what I do with my number lines, guys, is I don't even write negative and positive beside because just of room. And then I know that because it's to the left, it's negative 3. Okay. Another example, let's say this one. Pause it for a second and give me what integer that would be. Okay, well, after you paused it, what you should have done is counted 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're 3, and then it's to the right, so it's plus 3. Okay, now we have a thermometer, like I said, is a vertical line. All right, so we have 0 is right here. Okay, so anything below is negative, anything above is positive. So here, okay, my temperature stops right at 24. So my integer here is plus 24. Let's say I stopped right here. Okay, my integer would be plus 10. Let's say I stopped right here. My integer would be plus 2. Now let's say I stopped here. Well, now I'm below 0, right? So I'm going to write negative, and then I'm going down 0 to 5. So negative 5. Okay, with integers, there's something called the opposite integers. Sorry, okay. So it's the same distance from 0, but on opposite sides of 0. For example, plus 2 and negative 2 are opposite integers. They're the same distance from 0, and are on opposite sides of 0. So basically what it is if you have 0 here, let's say you have 5 over here, and it's negative 5 and plus 5 here. These are examples of opposite integers because they're 5 spaces away to 0. Okay, plus 4 and negative 4 are also opposite integers. Negative 21 and plus 21 are. You do need to know this for a test, so it's very important. Okay. Okay, another example. All right, we can use integers to represent quantities. So quantities are numbers that have both size and direction. So Mark saved $25. So what you have to think about is if you have $0 at the start and you added 25 because you saved it, your integer is going to be plus 25. Let's say you spent $25, okay? My integer is going to be negative 25, all right? So you can do integers not only with temperature and numbers, but you can do it with anything really. Let's say I had $0 and my rent was $600, all right? Well, I paid rent So I get an integer of negative 600. I lost $600. I had to pay it. All right. Let's say though $0, and now I talk about paid, and I say, oh, I got paid $600 this week. Okay, well now I add 600. So you got to think, okay, how can you put integers into money, into anything like that? So here it says a scuba diver swam to a depth of 50 meters. Okay, they swam down, so it's going to be negative 50 meters. Okay, now I'm going to get you guys to practice here. So write these two numbers as integers by symbol, number line, and color tiles. So I already did the color tiles because we can't change color during my PowerPoint. So remember, red is negative. Sorry, negative. All right. And yellow is positive. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 negative tiles. So this represents negative 5. I have 3 yellow tiles here. So this represents plus 3. Okay, now let's look at a number line. Okay, well, I'm going to find 0, all right, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces over, and because it's to the left, it's going to be negative 5, okay? Over here, 1, 2, 3, okay, it's going to be plus 3, because it's to the right. Finally, my thermometer, let's say this is 0 right here, okay? I'm going to go negative 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 5 is right here, degrees Celsius. Now we're going to go plus 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go right there, plus 3 degrees Celsius. As you can see, there's different ways of representing integers. So now you guys are going to do your assignment. Okay, it's on page 76 and 77. You can use Clever to get in, or you can use your textbook. There's a lot to do, but it's because it's easier stuff. And yeah. Okay, so we have number 1AB, 2ABCD, 3AB, 4AB, 5ABCD, 6ABC, 7AB, 8, 9, 10A. Okay, it seems like a lot, but it goes by pretty quick. When it says draw the color tiles, you can just write red and yellow if you want, or R and Y, or you can actually color them in red, and this one would be yellow, right? You can do tiles and say R in them and Y, or you can just use this in circles. Okay, there's lots of different ways you can do it. But remember, red is negative, yellow is positive. Okay, don't worry about this. We're going to play War Integer tomorrow. It's a really fun game that I made up. All right, so do the assignment and then get some IXL done if you'd like. Have a great day, guys. See you later.